Hey everyone, it is Memorial Day weekend and I'm going to be heading over to Matt and Chrissy's house. Chris and I are going to be doing Antipasto Platter. In the episode, Antipasto is just very briefly mentioned.
How's your grandma getting here?
She had to drive Fanny to the doctors. Then she is picking up my mother and father, and they're coming here. We're each going to bring some antipasto.
Now, antipasto could be any number of things. Essentially, it just means kind of like an appetizer-like thing. Now, in the cookbook, Entertaining with the Sopranos, there is a recipe for Antipasto Platter. I feel weird saying there's a recipe because there's really no cooking. It's just preparation. So right now I'm doing the pre-preparation. Yeah, sure, we're gonna go with that. The pre-preparation to the preparation. And I am heading to Woody's right now to go buy all the supplies. And almost missed my turn for looking at the camera. I'm gonna go in here, I'm gonna get some prosciutto, some capicola, obviously, some provolone, mortadella, get it pre-sliced, and then take it over to Matt and Chrissy's and we will prepare the antipasto. Okay, so I'm here at Woody's, and y'all know I'm not really a seafood guy, but they have whole oysters. They have caviar. I've never tried it, and neither has Matt or Chrissy, so guess who's trying caviar later tonight? Right. So I'm leaving Woody's with probably the biggest order I've ever done here. Chris, Eddie, Manuel, Erica, the whole gang is amazing. I love them. They always give such good service. Eddie really hooked me up with a good piece of meat that we're going to be using to film for the brachiole episode. But anyways, I just want to take the time to shout them out real quick. Now, head to Matt and Chrissy. We'll do the assembly over here.
Antipasto, take two.
Take two. As you can see, I made it to Matt and Chrissy's house, and we are wind up, and you can see in us fashion. I bought her a Santa Cristina, and I bought myself a San Antonio from the Riboli family, who has yet to start paying me for saying this, but maybe someday. If you're Matt's brother EJ, and you're wondering, this doesn't look like my birthday party, funny story. This is actually our second shoot doing this because I was lacking a cameraman last time and I was like, oh, that shot looks good. So I like how my Irish friend EJ is wearing a Peaky Blinders shirt because, you know, that's kind of their mafia. My head was not in frame at all. Now, I'm not saying that I'm that good looking that I had to be in frame, but, you know, it is my show. I decided, let's redo this. It's another excuse for deli meat. Okay, now this recipe is in Entertaining with the Sopranos by Carmela Soprano. Like I said in the car on the way over here, there's really no cooking. It's just prep work. You're just making it look pretty for your guests. Antipasto platter or charcuterie, if we want to be all Frenchy about it, is just something for your party guests to munch on and snack on. Antipasto in an Italian meal could be any number of things. But in the scene, Carmela doesn't really specify, and I have this in the book, then I'm going through every recipe in the book. Here it just lists out a whole bunch of different ingredients. In the book it says get a small head of green lettuce, so you can take the leaves and use it as a base to make it all fancified.
It's the same as parsley garnish at Denny's, like why?
Yeah, you can do that if you really want, but I mean, that's kind of a waste of a salad. Because of her great love of charcuterie, Chrissy actually has a boards dedicated for it, so we're just gonna go with that. We're gonna skip the lettuce altogether. So, yeah. Really, this is just an assembly video, and I'm gonna let her do most of it because she has the pretty hand, and I'm the grunt guy that's just like, meat. So.
He's not lying. Also, what's really nice is that charcuterie, like these are two wooden cutting boards. I use these for charcuterie, I use these for everyday, just cutting, chopping, etc. So if you don't have a fan, I have several boards. Some are specifically for charcuterie, others are just these plain cutting boards, and actually I really like these because it doesn't matter if they like are a little bit too aggressive with the knife, or if they get stained, or maybe a little bit too much oil seeps in there. Like, it's adding a lot of personality to these boards. And one thing I do like about wooden boards is that the pattern is there. It's actually very beautiful.
Yeah.
So when people cover it with like lettuce or something, they're like, no, the wood, let it shine. Now in this case,
look at that grain that she's referring to.
Yep, good board. And then I also have this Himalayan salt block. Now this can be used for grilling, but I actually like to put meats on here. It picks up a little bit of that salt flavor from the block, but then also the block gets some of the oils from the meat and seasons it really well.
This, by the way, is my first episode filming after my appendix decided to rebel against me. If you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw my post at 3 a.m. a couple weeks ago saying, guess who's going for emergency surgery? As you can see, I'm standing up again. Thank you to the surgeons and the nursing staff. I fell in love with one of my nurses and I really hoped she would Florence Nightingale me, but she didn't. We are, by the way, filmed in front of a live audience of my goddaughter. And I'm using the El Padrino cup that Chrissy bought me. Thanks, comadre.
Oh yeah, I'm actually gonna put you in charge of pepperoni roses.
Okay, so this is a new trend that has been circulating the interwebs. We're gonna try the pepperoni rose thing, and like I've said numerous times, I don't have a delicate hand. So if this doesn't come out, it's Chrissy's fault for not doing it.
That's fine.
But essentially, you take a cup about yayish big. Essentially, from what I've seen, you just take the pepperoni and you kind of do a fold over, upside down taco it.
Technical term.
Upside down taco it, very technical term. And then what, like about halfway across, I think?
Yeah, I think about halfway across.
About halfway across, upside down taco the next. Keep the pinch. And you just keep it circulating like that. And what, they usually do like what, 2 laps or something like
I
that?
think 2 laps. 2, maybe 3.
Yeah. So that's lap 1. Let's see how this here.
Yep, that works. Maybe 3 laps?
Maybe 3 laps. It came out a bit flat for me. I think I have enough pepperoni to try it a second time. So we're gonna go with 3 laps this time.
And I'm just folding these salamis into quarters. So that way they make a little bit of like a floral look. These ones are a little bit easier because they have a lot more fat, so they're a little bit more pliable.
Okay, so that's 3 laps around. Hold it in place a bit. Chrissy used to work at a restaurant, and one of her crazy kooky chef co-workers got her on the mozzarella, right?
Yeah, we went to Olio Pizzeria in Santa Barbara.
Oh yes!
Oh, that looks nice.
Yeah. 3 laps.
3 laps, folks. 3 laps makes the rose.
Successful rose. Let's go from that. I also got brie. I know you like brie.
Ooh, I love brie. One of the key things about doing antipastos, charcuterie, etc., is to have a lot of variety. You want to have different textures, you want to have different flavors, you want to have basically a lot of options for your guests to mix, match, and choose from. Because you might have some people that are picky eaters, so they have a little bit of something to have. You may have people who just like me, they eat everything and can just go to town and get creative. So it's really important to just have those options for all of your guests. And this is an easy way to do it. It's not like a single meal where you have to take everyone into account. I like to say like a full looking charcuterie platter is the best. Like the more that's piled on there. But the thing is, like if you were presented with something like this, like there's plenty of food here for a few people, but you have all of this open space. So it looks like there's less. Whereas if you pile it on, fill in the crevices with nuts, dried fruits, fresh fruits, olives. It's really nice to just have all of the spaces kind of filled in.
Remember at Woody's, I saw that they have caviar now. Chrissy, Matt, and I haven't had it, and so I thought, well, why not? Let's give it a shot. So, what? Just here in the center?
Yep. He texted me and said, what are your feelings and thoughts on caviar? I was like, well, I don't really have any. Because the only time I've ever had, caviar was garnish on sushi. Not really a lot there. Not true caviar.
Look at that cute little spoon she has.
Yeah.
Ta-da! And Really, it's just going and buying the stuff and making it look pretty. No cooking, not really a whole lot of fuss, just your limitations, your imagination, and your own artsiness.
Absolutely.
All right, I say we take a picture for the gram and then we start eating because I've got this gabagool with my name on it. My beautiful, lovely goddaughter with her fresh new haircut is in shot now, kind of. Well, she's on the table. I don't know if she's in shot, but reaction video time. I would see people eating it on a cracker, so I'm not gonna just straight up eat caviar.
Yeah. Let's. Here.
By the way, I don't actually like seafood. When I mentioned it to my dad, he goes, "There's other ways to eat straight salt." So that doesn't leave me very hopeful, to be honest with you.
All right. Cheers.
Okay,
Cheers.
here goes. Oh,
Fishy.
it tastes super fishy. It tastes like the fish food that you pour into your aquarium.
How would you know?
Oh,
I'm not supposed to eat this food.
it wasn't for me. What are your thoughts?
These are fish.
But you like fish.
I like fish. I like sushi.
I got the gabagool.
What?
Gabagool to take the taste away.
That's nice spicy pork.
Mm,
It helps.
so good. All right. Anyways, make your own antipasto platters. Send me the pictures. Hit me up on all my socials. It should be scrolling at the bottom. Anyways, have a great week. Take pictures of your own antipasto platter. Send them in to me on any of the social medias that should be appearing on the bottom. Tune in next week as we do a Virginia ham with a peach glaze. That was delicious. And manja.